Hi, my name is Taylor Snyder, and I would like to talk about teachers' roles, my dispositions, and bias in the classroom. I'm going to first start off with the teachers' roles. The special education teacher's role is to support learning, improve, plan, and practice, upholding professional expectations and ethics, and collaboratively advance the profession. Special educators use the guidelines of the CEC, which is Council for Exceptional Children Professional Ethical Principles. Practice standards and professional policies in ways that respect and diverse characteristics and needs of individuals with their families. Special education teachers provide intervention and support for the individuals in needs. Special education teachers serve as educators and an advocate. These teachers also work with numerous types of people that are working with the same individual. Teachers work with general education teachers in collab rooms. They also work with counselors, therapists, and such therapists as physical therapists, speech therapists, and or occupational therapist. Special education teachers also work with parents of the individual to make an individual plan for that child, which is called an IEP. The parent knows best because it is their child, so working with them is key. Collaboration is so highly encouraged in education because it encourages a positive environment. Collaboration means to work with someone to create something, feeding off of each other by adding opinions and ideas to meet the best support system for their children to succeed and meet goals. Collaboration means you need good communication. It doesn't have to always mean between two teachers in education. Building a good relationship between parents and teachers is another good collaboration. Parents need to know what the teacher is teaching their children so they can implement it at home and vice versa. The more reputation anyone has, the more success they will have. As a teacher, involve the parent on what tasks they should be implementing and what the parents can do at home. In conclusion, special educators must maintain challenging expectations of individuals to develop the highest possible learning outcome and quality of life, maintain a high level of professional competence and integrity to benefit individuals and their families, promote inclusive participation of individuals in their school and communities, practice positive collaboration with others who provide services to individuals, develop relationships with families, and professional knowledge to inform practice, protect, and support all aspects of safety of the individuals, advocate for the individual, practice the policy of CEC, and participate in the growth of professional knowledge and skills by taking trainings and attending courses. Now I'd like to talk about dispositions. One disposition I feel I already possess that will make me a successful teacher would be my adaptability. If something interrupts the daily routine, I feel as if I can adapt quick to get back on schedule. I can adjust my lesson plans to tailor to each child if I find something is not working for a specific student. I can respond to classroom management situations by keeping my emotions in check. In the education field, the biggest emotion people might feel is frustration. I feel as if I keep myself in check and try to help as much as I can. Positive attitude is always key in success of not only yourself but the people you are helping. Other dispositions I possess are respect for diversity and the way individuals learn. Professional conduct, I feel as if my attendance and timeliness and attitude exhibit positivity. I am committed to becoming an educator. Once I am committed to something, my mindset is very focused. Honesty is another disposition I have. I say what I mean and I always speak truthfully to my students. For example, if I tell them they can have a reward for doing something, then I will give it to them after accomplishing their goal. If you don't follow through, then you're not honest, and you may lose trust with your individual. I have compassion for my students, greeting them every morning in a positive manner. I am also interested in their work, and if they are proud of what they did, then I am proud also and shows just as much enthusiasm as I can. I also possess advocacy. I seek to understand the issues my students face every day. I get to know their interests. I try to guide my students through their problem-solving process. I am also dedicated to my work and to my students. To grow in my professional development, one disposition I need to work on more would be the ability to recognize students' prior knowledge, life background, cultural differences, and interest when I am teaching. For example, a student's background is key to know how they learn. If I don't find out the information, then I could possibly be making the learning experience harder for them, not meaning to. I would also like to work on reflection and seeking feedback to change ineffective processes. I feel I need to work on high expectations that meet reality goals for my individuals, as well as fairness in assessing. I feel I need more training on that disposition. I hope to set my own goals to obtain all these dispositions and becoming a well-rounded educator. Now I want to talk about bias in the classroom. Personal biases are people's opinions of being in favor of or against one thing, person, or group compared to another group. It is considered unjust and unfair. Personal bias affects the expectations that teachers have for their students. Some teachers might expect more out of the others, but the individual is not ready for that goal yet. Some teachers might feel like disabilities are somehow better than others. Children on the autistic spectrum usually exhibit more behaviors than students with Down syndrome, and those are seen as sweet and loving. These biases can actually negatively affect all students since they prevent students from being seen as individuals. As teachers, we are often tempted to favor students who seem somehow more teachable. Being a biased teacher will impact the students and the ability to learn. It will somewhat hinder their process. By not helping a certain type of group of individuals means that teachers do not have the best interest in mind and are not adhering to following the ethical and professional guidelines of CEC. These biases could hinder the relationship between the parents and the individual as well as the teacher. The parents are trying to do their best at home with a repetition of what their child does at school, but if it is not being done at school, then it will be harder for the individual to continue to succeed. Also, that relationship would not be a positive impact with the teacher and the parents. The parents would lose trust, and it would be harder for the individual to meet their goals. By adhering to the ethical guidelines and setting my own goals to meet all dispositions, I feel I will be the best educator I can be.